Hello, hello. How are you? My name is Mike. The channel's name is Health and Wealth. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is Tuesday, October the 21st. Be with you. We're talking about group number one. Anybody ever hold your finger up like that? I don't know why I did that. Group number one. This is going to be Yieldmax announcement. These are what used to be weekly. They're still weekly. It's just in a new group, group number one. The payment schedule for group number one. They announced it on Tuesday. So today is the 21st. That's announcement date. The X distribution date is on Wednesday, which is going to be tomorrow. You should see the share price change on that date. And then Thursday is pay date for group number one. So we're going to go through all of the announcements today. It was announced this morning at 6:55 a.m. on the old Twitter machine over here. If you're not yet subscribed, you can go ahead and subscribe to Yieldmax on Twitter, but you can also click on their, I think it's on the far right-hand side now, but you can get on their email distro, and that'll get emailed right to you at 6:55 a.m. That's how I wake up with a fresh cup of, no, I'm just kidding. That's how I wake up, and I look at that every now Tuesday and Wednesday, because Group 2 is going to be coming out tomorrow morning at the same time. So let's take a look at all of them. The very first one is doing really, really well. It's CHPY right here. Doing very, very well. Paying out 57 cents. CHPY, there it is right there. It's a lot higher than the week before. I'm curious, and I don't know. I'm just curious, is this going to be, is it because they had a great week, or is there like a little bit of leftover cash from last week potentially? Is there extra days on this? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but we'll go with what we see here, right? 57 cents. And, what was really surprising when I was scrolling through right above my head here, you can see their net assets. So this is the amount of your money in this fund, $82 million. Now, CHPY has been doing phenomenal since it's come out, up 1.22% in the last 5 days. But, since it's come out, it's up 37%. This has been a high flyer. It's paying well. Its share price is doing well. Double edge sword here, which is going in the right direction. So I'm surprised that it's only $82 million. I think one of the factors is probably the share price is fairly high. But I mean, let's go back to that announcement right there. So it tells us the distribution rate is 51%. Pretty good, right? Definitely good. Do you see it continuing? The semiconductor, the NVIDIA, the AMD, which has been flying the last couple of weeks, SMC, I always get it wrong, things like that, and all of the other ones that are in it. Do you see them continuing their momentum, or is that a risky play? Well, all of these are risky plays, by the way, not financial advice. Any of this is not financial advice. I'm just trying to open the door, shed some light on some different types of investments out there. And maybe there is something that intrigues you just by what I say, but also then take it to the next level, do your own research, and see if it fits within your risk portfolio, because it is quite risky. Let's look at the next one. Last week, FIVY and FIVY didn't pay. It's because they didn't have any income built into them last week, but now they do. Looks like FIVY's paying 35 cents. Let's take a look at FIVY over here on Yieldmax's website. FIVY's an interesting fund. If you'd like, we can go over it in depth another time. Not a lot of money in it, but $19 million in this fund right now. And you can see there's last week's zero, but 35 cents. So that pretty much works out. If we take that 35, multiply it by 4, it works out to being around the $1.49 mark here. I know, give or take 9 cents or so, but yeah, pretty good. 35 cents for FIVY. Let's look at the share price. $32 right now. In the last week, up just 0.44%. But since this thing came out, down 32%. It's been out since December 20th of last year. Next, we have FIVY. So hold on one second. Before we go to FIVY is the Dorsey Wright featured 5 income ETF. And then FIVY is the Dorsey Wright hybrid income ETF here. So this one's paying out a dyslexic person's nightmare, 53 cents, as opposed to 35 cents. But 53 cents for FIVY. Here it is on Yieldmax's website. 10 million, so less in this fund than in FIVY. $10 million, and then you can see all of its distribution so far. So it's just converted from a monthly fund over to a weekly. These are the two that were every 4 weeks. Now they're going to be every single week, part of the new routine over at Yieldmax. So 53 cents, pretty decent compared to, $1.05 in a whole month. That would make this thing, if it continued what it's doing this week, to a $2 a month type thought process here. But I don't know. Maybe they were carrying over some income from the week before. We'll find out next week, though, right? We'll find out next week if that's true, if they can maintain a higher amount. But look at the distribution rate, 74% on this one. Pretty crazy. Next up, we have GPTY AI Tech Portfolio here, paying out 45 cents. And let's find out how much money's in this fund. $73 million in this fund. Cool. And then there's all of its distributions so far. This one is about 15 cents more than the week before, and the week before that, and the week before that. So a pretty big number for GPTY this week. Congratulations if you're a holder of this fund. Over the last 5 days, it barely moved, which is cool. I'm okay with that as long as I get a distribution every single week, right? Over the last month, up 1.36. And since it has come out, it's only down 4%. It's been out since January of this year. But ever since that April 4th till now, it's climbed up a whole 35%, which is incredible. Plus, it's paying a good distribution. Let's go look at it one more time here. All of this section right here is the distribution so far. So GPTY, very interesting buy over there. Next one is LFGY. Now, everybody, including your grandma, is excited about LFGY's number this week. 57 cents, or an 80% distribution rate at this current time. That's unreal. LFGY has been cooking for a while now. Actually, I want to spend a touch more time on this one. Not a lot, just a touch. Just to kind of see how long it's been cooking, but you can see the confidence in this one. LFGY, $219 million in this fund right now for the Yieldmax team to play with. This is your crypto industry and tech portfolio. I want to go back here, spend a little bit more time. There's the distribution. So it's been paying incredible numbers here for quite some time. Yeah, quite some time. I want to take a look at the stock chart on it over the last 5 days. It is down 2.63%. But let's go over the last 6 months, up 8.66%, which is great considering you're getting, 50 cents every single week. That's for sure. Now, since it came out, it went way down. Now, crypto back in January had a bit of a slide. Watch your backbone slide. If you recall my personal story, I bought more Bitcoin at 75,000, which was probably around, I don't even know when that was, February. I don't even know. But, crypto had a downswing there at the early sets of this year. And, ever since then, though, till now, it's up 10% share price. Plus, it has paid out a crazy distribution every single week since then, right? So you're definitely ahead on this purchase if you bought on that magical day of April the 4th. But cool. Let's go over the next ones. QDTY, sorry about that, paying 34 cents. QDTY. Whoa, what's going on right here? Yeah, nice. Over the last week here, up 2.17%. That's awesome. And since it's come out, it's down 10% share price, which is, you don't like that, but you're in it for the income. So income talking here. Let's go back to QDTY. Not a lot of money in this fund. $13 million in this fund. Some of the Yieldmax funds have billions of dollars in it, hundreds of millions of dollars in it. So this one's probably one of the smaller, probably top 10 small. But good distribution this week, that's for sure, compared to the last, number of weeks in a row. Definitely did very, very well for itself here. Next one is RDTY, paying out 41 cents. I say it every week, you guys. RDTY pays out the most out of the three. QRSDTY. It pays out the most. This is more focused on the Russell. And here we are. They're paying out 41 cents. It also is the smallest out of the three of those funds there, too, 11 million. It's a lot more risky. The Russells fall. The Russells. They fall pretty quick. They're smaller market compared to QDT or QQQ and and the SPY, but the Russell is a smaller market compared to the three of them or the other two. But it does pay out more. I'm guessing it's just more volatile, so it allows them to pay us more money on that one. But 41 cents on that fund, which is huge. RDTY sitting here in the last 5 days, just barely moving down 2 cents. Last month, down 1.454%. Since it's come out, down 10%. Same as QDTY, but it paid you a lot more money, just so we're on the same page, right? Next, we have SDTY. This one should and normally pays the least out of the three that I'm highlighting right now. So SDTY paying 17 cents here. Let's go take a look on Yieldmax's website. Remember, RDTY only had $11 million in it. SDTY has $14 million in it, 14.83 million actually. And then there's all the distributions, a little higher than the last 2 weeks there. 17 cents. Woohoo! Share price. It should be the most steady out of all of them, right? Up 0.89% last month here, barely down 33 cents. But, since this come out, down 8.49. So the other two were down 10%. This one's down 8.49. But you got less of a distribution, less income coming to you. And that's generally speaking, predominantly the reason why people are invested in these funds is to make income. Next we have SLTY. This is the short or the inverse fund. They try to buy highly volatile stocks that aren't going to do well. So they're trying to find the losers out there that are super volatile. It's paying out a massive 62 cents this week. Pretty huge. And this is a very new fund, so not a lot of money in it. Actually, that's more than I was expecting. $17.50 million in this fund. They do charge you a lot more than your traditional fund, but the reason is they do a lot more work on it. It's daily, right? They're looking at it every single. So there's the 62 cents right there. Huge, right? Last week before that was 46 cents, and you can see it's only paid out about 8 times so far, maybe 9 there. Let's take a look at the performance of the share price. I can tell right now it's not doing that well. I mean, all of their new funds start at $50. So over the last 5 days, it did creep its way up to 1.34%. But in the last month here, quite a ways down. And since it has come out August 21st, hey, wow, we're looking at 2 months down 21% share price. Not good at all. I'll say it now, I'll say it forever. The inverse funds don't appear to do very well. It's hard to bet against the bull market. It's hard to bet against a stock market that goes up, right? So it's difficult, a difficult task. Now, what are you getting in the meantime? You're getting income, but I don't think that income outweighs the downswing of the share price, personally. Next, we have ULTY. Speaking of downswing on share price, here we go. ULTY, 9 cents or 90% payout distribution rate. That's insane. But this is going to be at least the 10th week in a row that it's paid us 9 cents per share. Full transparency, this is the only one that I have on this entire list. I continue to grow it, continue to build it. Thursday will be a new video on it. But there's your net assets, $3.15 billion. Put our finger up there. Calling the sharks, right? Again, higher expense ratio. They do spend a lot more time on this. And you can just see the train of 9 cents all the way down here back to August 27th. So been out for a long time. They went weekly around March 12th. Ever since then, distributions have been very consistent, either 8, 9, 10, or 11 cents in that time. But one thing that's happening is your share price is going down over the last 5 days, down 4.19%. Government shutdowns didn't help the cause on this one. Last month down 9.44%. And last 6 months down 6.3% in share price. And since it's come out, down 74% in share price. Now, they did make a huge change right in here March 12th. And so things have definitely improved since then. It's still down 21% since then. One of the things that they improved on was that they put in, they're buying these companies, they got calls and puts, and so the puts are supposed to protect the downside risk, but I guess they're doing it, but they're not doing a good enough job, in my opinion. Maybe they need to do that better to protect that share price, because if it goes much lower than $5.13, I don't think they're going to have a ton of really, really happy people on their hands. And so, and I don't blame you. I'm going to be one of those people myself. Next, we have YMAG paying 21 cents. So YMAG is the Magnificent 7 fund of option incomes, paying out 73% distribution rate. Here's YMAG up top. See how much money is in it. One time I think it was 300 something million. Oh, there we are, 448 million. So it's definitely a popular fund over the Yieldmax crew. You can see here the gross expense ratio is not as high as ULTY and SLTY is, but still pretty high. But these are those weekly funds, right, that they manage pretty hard. There's the distribution, pretty consistent for the last 3 weeks. That means that next week should be the low week, right? So if you notice, every 4 weeks it's lower. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is that? Ranging between 7 and 9 cents on that 4th week. There's 7 cents 2 weeks in a row. They're messing with you on that one. But it's got a huge amount of money in the fund. People watching this video are probably invested in it. Good distributions so far. And share price, let's look at that. $15.33. Not bad, actually. Over the last 5 days, up 1.12%. Last year, down 18% or 24% since it came out back in February of 2024. So this thing's a year and a half old now. So that's that one. We have one left, which is insane to think about, because tomorrow's list is this big. Well, this one's this big, right? The weeklies. So, the original, the OG weeklies. So we got YMAX here paying out 15 cents. 15 cents for YMAX. Let's go take a look at it on Yieldmax's website. This one has almost $1 billion in it. It's $998 million. But there's the distribution, right? 15, 17, 14, 13. So it's fairly consistent here. People seem to really like YMAX. It's a grouping of all of the funds in one. People seem to like it. One thing I don't like is the share price of it. Personally, just a personal opinion. That's what all of this is personal opinion. Don't take any weight in any of it. It's supposed to be for entertainment. So if you're not entertained, I'll try and juggle next time. I don't know how to juggle, but I'll do my best. So down 4 cents in the last 5 days, but since this thing came out, down 37%. Let's go April 4th till now, up 3.52%. What more do you want in your life, people? Plus, it's paying out a good distribution every single week. So that's nice too, right? So this has been group number 1. Let's do a recap. So today is Tuesday. That's the new announcement date, unless there's a holiday. I don't know. Is that going to change the announcement date? And then the X date's on the Wednesday, which means the price should drop tonight around 8 p.m. And then the pay date is on Thursday, which is pretty cool. So you get that money on Thursday. What a strategy could be is you take your distribution, and that Thursday would be the X distribution date of Group 2. You can go buy shares on discount over in Group 2 if those are things that you want to buy, or you can go do whatever you want with your money. Just an idea. What do you do with your distributions? Do you drip them right back in? Which one of these funds are you the most heavily invested in? I'm curious. For me, it's ULTY. I think I have around $5,000 in ULTY right now. I should be taking ULTY to approximately $7,000. I'm buying 1,400 shares of it. Stay tuned for Thursday's video where I share what I've done over the last week with ULTY, because there has been some good changes in my portfolio with ULTY. Some buys, maybe? I don't know. Let's find out on Thursday. But if you enjoyed this content, you like the face, hit the like button down below, comment, subscribe, tell your mom about me, And I hope that I get to talk to you again soon. My name is Mike. The channel's name is Health and Wealth. Have a great night. Bye for now.